everybody, it's Wendy, and today we are going to do some Christmas in July with Jesse James beads. So when you think of Christmas in July, we've got 6 months now until Christmas, so people are starting to think about gifts and things such as that. So I wanted to come up with something that is kind of beachy to represent July, but would make a great gift. So speaking of Christmas, it is a sparkly time of the year. So our encouraging word for today is don't ever let anyone dull your sparkle. I like that. Okay, so what I came up with is a mermaid. So I know I've made these mermaids before, but this one is going to be a dangle. It's going to be like a backpack dangle, a purse charm, a planner dangle. You could hang your keys on it. You could hang it from your rear view mirror. So it would really make a great gift for anybody, really. And if you, well, except maybe guys, I don't know that guys would be too into it, but any lady is probably going to like a mermaid charm. So what I've got here is I have some beads from these little mermaid kits, and I'm separating them out so you can see what I've got. Okay, so these 4 came from the Splash kit. These Let's Be Mermaid, oh, that's the siren one. These Let's Be Mermaids little kits. So these 4 came from the Splash kit. This purple one came from the Siren kit. And then these, well, actually this one, now this Coral Queen kit has the caged bead in there, but it's bigger. It's a large one, and I just wanted to use the small one. So I just pulled from my stash a smaller, they come in a lot of the Jesse James mixes. So you just need but you could use anything. You could use any charm you've received, any bead that you just want to use. She's going to be holding this in her hand like she's found a treasure. And this is going to be her body. And this is from, these are from the, or this one is from the Coral Queen. That one's from my stash. You need a lobster of any sort, any size, any sort. It doesn't matter. And then you're going to need some bead caps. So one of the bead caps is going to be her hair, okay? So you need to keep that in mind when you're picking. And the other one is going to be her crown. So you need some big ones. I have one small one here. The rest are going to be the scales down on her tail. So keep that in mind. You're going to need a few clear seed beads. Now these are size 8s, and they're just the beads that came between other beads on strands. I just keep them in a little zippy, and that way if I need them for something like this, I've got them. You need an eye pin. This is a 2-inch eye pin. And then you're going to need 2 lengths of 20 gauge wire. I have mine cut at about 8 inches. You probably don't need that much. I'm always a little over. Always cut extra wire because I'm always afraid I'm not going to have enough. Okay, and you need 1 6mm jump ring. Okay, so grab all your stuff together and we'll make some mermaid. So this little mermaid's name is Stella, and I've already hooked on her 6mm jump ring onto her tail. So you just hook the jump ring on just like that. Okay, and then we're going to build the rest of her tail. So we're going to take our piece of wire here and we're going to make an eye pin out of it. So we're just going to bend this 90 degrees just like that. And then we're going to roll back a loop. And actually, I think I bent mine way too big. We don't need that big of a loop. We just need a small loop. So actually a very small loop. The smallest loop that you can make actually is what you need here. So I'm just bending it 90 degrees and I'm going to roll my little loop back. Okay, just like that. So we've basically just made a little eye pin, and all we're going to do is open it up and hook our 6mm jump ring with our tail right on it and then close it back. Okay, so just like that. Now you could wire wrap this instead if you wanted to, but I really don't want to do that because I don't want a lot of this to show. You know, I want this to be pretty incognito. And we're going to put our bead cap, our tail bead cap right on. See? And your jump ring shows a little, but her tail kind of wiggles around. It's really super cute. Now we're going to add on our bead caps. So let's see here. I'm going to put one of my clear seed beads on. And the reason that we're using the clear seed beads is it just keeps the bead caps separated enough that you can see that they look like little scales. So I'm going to put the one on, and then I'm going to put one of my large bead caps on. I can get that wire through the hole. There we go. Okay, just like that. Then I'm going to put another clear seed bead. I'm going to do another bead cap, another clear seed bead, let's see what I've got here. See how it kind of looks like little scales there? I think I'll go ahead with this bead cap, or maybe that one's for her hair. This one's for her crown. Yeah, I think I'll do another one of these. Okay, so this bead cap, and there we have her little tail area and her scales, little scales going up her body. Okay, so these I'm not going to use for this. So now I am going to do her little body. So I'm going to go ahead and put this bead from the Coral Queen set on. And I like to bend this a little, kind of gives her a little curve. And now we're going to do her arms. So just lay that down, take your other piece of wire and find the middle. And like I said, you don't need nearly this much. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I'm going to cut it about in half. So really you only need about, what is this, 5 inches or so. And we're going to take our round nose pliers, and down at the very tip, you don't want this to be very big, we're going to take it and cross these wires over each other. Just like that. So you have a little loop there. We are going to put the loop on where her little body is, and then we're going to add this large hole bead right there. And you could even, if you wanted to, I'm going to bend her arms down like this, you could even do another bead cap there. Let's see what that would look like. If we did a bead cap here, and then the large hole bead. Actually, I think I like that better. Yeah, gives her a little collar kind of thing. And then we're going to put our bead on, our big bead. This is her head. Okay, and you want to, don't worry about her arms yet, we'll do them here in just a second. You want to press everything down to where it's tight, and the only thing that really wiggles is her tail. All right, now we're going to do her hair, which is going to be this bead cap. And then we're going to do her crown. So I'm going to do this bead cap. See how it's sitting up and facing away from her head. And then I'm going to do this smaller one in it. You can't even really see that smaller one, can you? Maybe I should put a seed bead between them. Let's see if that helps it. So we'll do the bead cap, and then the bead, a clear seed bead, and then the smaller bead cap. Oh, I missed my big bead cap. Sorry. I had it on there, I thought. Okay, I've got her hair. All right, let's do the bigger bead cap. Then the little bead, and then the smaller bead cap. That's better. And then we're going to put our bicone. This is her jewel and her crown. There we have it. Okay. And now we're going to wire wrap a loop. Okay. And like I said, you want to do this tight. You do not want this to be loose and doing a whole lot of dangling around. And actually, yeah, that's okay. All right. So we're going to bend this 90 degrees. Like I said, that you want this to be tight. So push everything down, bend it 90 degrees. Then we're going to take our wire and see, again, I have got like way too much wire. I'm always, okay, so we've got it held in our plier here. We are going to come around, over and around like this, flip your plier up, and then come underneath and make your little loop. Just like that. See it? Whoop. Okay, now I'm going to take my lobster and I'm just going to hook it right on here before I even wire wrap. Okay, so I'm just putting it right on the loop that I made. You may have to kind of bend it out a little bit. Just go right on there like that. Then I'm just going to grab the loop again with my pliers. And just grab it as best you can. The lobster, you can kind of grab the lobster and the loop. Just like this. It helps go upside down sometimes. And we're just going to wrap. And you want to wrap down to your bicone and make sure that everything is really tight. You don't want these flopping around at all. Only the little tail down there should move. Okay, so just grab it. Wrap right around. And you can even come down a little bit on the bicone if you want. Spiral this down. And it kind of gives it a little decorative bead cap look on there. See? Okay. So I'm going to keep going until I don't have any wire left. Okay. And sometimes, if it works right, I can tuck this without having to trim. We'll see. Sometimes. Sometimes no. Just depends. Depends on if the stars and the moon have aligned. It's kind of like with crimping. It's got to be the perfect conditions. But I'm just going to try to lay it down there. There we go. Just lay it right down if you can. And if not, you can trim that little extra off. Just flush. Just like that. Okay, so now she looks like she's got ape arms, so we're going to have to work on her arms for a minute. We don't want them to be that long. Now this one, I want to cut long enough to where she has her little hand with her her little gadget there. So I'm just going to make a little loop here for her hand. Just like this. Okay, so we're just going to make her little hand over here. And that arm I made a little bit short, so I think what I will do is put the gadget, the little dangle, in this hand so it doesn't look quite so short. And actually, we need one more jump ring, so just pull out any small jump ring that you have. I've got a little 3mm here. And I'm just going to hook on her little treasure to her shorter hand. Okay. So I'm just going to take this and just hook it through one of the little bars here on the cage bead. And right into her little hand. And you can make her holding anything. Say the person that you're making her for likes soccer. You could put a soccer ball charm there. Say they like cats. You could put a cat charm there. I mean, you could do just about anything. But here she is. Cute little mermaid. She will attach onto anything. I like to bend her a little bit, like I said, her tail like that. She'll attach onto anything that you want to hook her onto. A backpack, a purse, you know, whatever. But she is really cute. And I think these are quick and easy to make. And you can make them from supplies that you've got. So say you don't have a mermaid tail, you could use a piece of filigree that's kind of shaped like that. Say you don't have this bead cap, you could just do the other bead caps without this one. You could take I've taken a piece of filigree before and hung dangles from it with little bicones, and it looks really cute. So you can adapt her how you want, but this is the general idea, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So I will have links for the 3 mermaid kits in the description box below the video if you want to check those out. And yeah, I hope you guys had fun and enjoyed her, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.